Your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night. Sponsored by your Community Health Mart Pharmacy, Whataburger, and B2 EDI.
Hey everyone, First Down Friday Night is back for the best 30-minute span of your Friday evening. Mo Carter, Naomi Gray in the studio for another week of great action.
And unlike last week, every team was in action tonight across the valley. And of course, everyone trying to get that win. We've got a lot of games for you tonight, and you can check out all the scores on our scrolling ticker.
Yes, absolutely. Now, of course, we've got an exciting varsity game of the night. Jonah Karp went out to Florence tonight. He's got a big game between Muscle Shoals and Florence. We will hear from him in the B block. But we will start off with the Huntsville Panthers. Last week, Mark Fleetwood's team, they put up a good fight against Spain Park. And we're talking about one of the top programs in 7A. Tonight, they hosted another Birmingham area squad in Mountain Brook. Let's take it to Milton Frank Stadium. Tonight's contest, the ETV Game of the Week. Mountain Brook trying to make a statement. And we'll start off on the second play of the game, Naomi. John Colvin throws it deep to Jackson Beatty, and he is wide open. A 52-yard touchdown, and Mountain Brook's already up 7-0. Now, Huntsville, they did try to respond in scoring position. Sims Bowman attempted a short field goal, but it is blocked by the Spartans. Mountain Brook will take over. Talk about a momentum-changing play. More special teams miscues. Huntsville in punt formation. Ward Hope breaks through the line and blocks it. Grady Breland will recover it. Anybody can recover. It's like 5 guys in the end zone right there. 17-0. Mountain Brook up at that point. More coming up from the Spartans. It looked like it just was not Huntsville's night. Reason why I say that, because John Colvin, once again, stepping back to pass. Look at all the time. No pressure up front. Just throws it deep down the field to John Beatty, and he is gone. 87 yards for a touchdown. Huntsville just was outmatched tonight. Let's check out your final score from Milton Frank Stadium. Mountain Brook goes on to win by a final score of 38-7. On next week, Huntsville will try to bounce back in their big inner-city rivalry against Grissom. All right, let's take you over to Gurley now. Last season, Boaz and Madison County playing an epic game, but that may not be the same in 2021. Second quarter, Tigers up 20-7. Elijah Jacobs takes the handoff. He's tackled for a loss by Tyson Daly. Madison County with the ball now. Case Watson gets the ball in the speed sweep. He bobbles it, gets it back though, and then he's taken down for a loss by that Pirates defense. Tigers trying to catch Boaz off guard. The late handoff, but nothing doing for Madison County. Let's give you a score update from out there in Gurley as Madison County up on Boaz 20-7. On next week, Madison County, they'll take on New Hope, while Boaz will take on Crossville.
Athens and James Clemens both picked impressive road wins in week 0. The Golden Eagles erased a double-digit deficit to beat Fort Payne 41-40, while James Clemens traveled to Mobile and shut out Murphy 32-0. And check this out. Athens had the 7-6 lead 3 minutes into the first before a lightning delay, but the Jets will come out and bring the thunder. Giovanni Jimenez hands it off to Dante Snodgrass, and he takes flight down center field, racking in a 90-plus yard run. I'd get caught in the middle of this Jet stampede, but the show doesn't stop. I still caught up with him in the end zone. James Clemens charges forward for the 14-6 lead. Now, yes, ensuing drive. Athens tries its best to get back in this one. Jaden Jude on the keeper gets roughed up by an aggressive Jets defense for a loss of yards. Couple plays later, Athens takes a gamble on 4th down situation. Jude keeps it and breaks left, contemplating a pass, but he gets taken down back in the Jets' hand. And this thing, check this next play out. I'm telling you, it's going to smack you right in the mouth. It almost did for me. Giovanni Jimenez has damage on his mind. He connects with Kamari Pittman down the sideline. He goes straight Tasmanian with only one place on his mind. He trucks his way to the end zone. This time I escaped the team stampede as Pittman adds another 6 on the board for a 19-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. And let's take a look at where things stand right now. Athens still down 7-47. James Clemens wins it 47-7. And next week, James Clemens will take on Bob Jones in the Madison Bowl. Athens will come to Huntsville to face Columbia. And here we go. Earl Van Dyke Stadium hosted the season opener for both the Westminster Christian Wildcats and the Geraldine Bulldogs. QB Brandon Mush keeps the ball and runs up the middle for a nice gain. Then later, it's Mush on the play action. He connects with Matthew Jensen for a Wildcats first down, nothing but the open field. And later, Mush is going to keep it again, and he'll take it down to the 5-yard line with the keeper. Finally, Mush, he gets back in it with a quick strike to Jensen again for the touchdown. The extra point is no good, and the Wildcats go ahead up 6-0. Then later, on a 3rd and 4 situation, the Bulldogs can't hold on to the ball. Westminster recovers. Wildcats end up with great field position. And then on the very next play from scrimmage, RB Henry Claunch takes the handoff and scampers nearly untouched for the touchdown. 2-point try was good, and they're going to go ahead and take a lead. And let's check out your final score. Westminster Christian is up 21-12 in the 3rd. Next week, Whitesburg Christian travels to North Jackson. Geraldine will host Asburg.
All right, and let's wrap up the A block with a trip back to Gurley. Whitesburg Christian playing host to Ashbury. In the second quarter, Ashbury in the red zone. Facing 4th down, Gavin Johnson rolls out. He's got a man, Naomi, and watch, the ball goes off the receiver's hands. Come on, man, you could have hauled that in for a first down to keep the drive going. So here comes Whitesburg Christian. They get it to their workhorse. It is Ryan Turner. And I like this guy. He wears number 21. I wore number 21 in college.
Nice.
21 makes good plays, even though he gets tripped up by the turf monster right there. However, he's got them in good field position. Then later on, it's the quarterback, Caleb Robinson, hitting David Sudduck on a nice gain as the principal, Robbie Parker, just talking to some fans on the sideline. Then later on, it's the connection again between Robinson and Sutter, and watch him lower his shoulder and fight his way into the end zone for a score. Let's take a look at your final from out there tonight in Gurley as Whitesburg Christian rose to a 51-28 win over Asbury. Next week, Whitesburg Christian, they will play host to Falkville. Now, of course, the WZDX Sports team, we're on social media, and you know we love to be on Twitter. You can check me out at Mo Carter WZDX. Check her out at Naomi WZDX. And, of course, you can check out Jonah at Jonah WZDX. Send us a tweet. We may read it out loud on air later in the show.
And next up, we'll be heading to the Shoals for our varsity game of the night, where bragging rights were on the line. Jonah Karp has more just ahead.
Now back to the action on First Down Friday night.
Welcome back, everyone. Area and city bragging rights were on the line for several North Alabama high schools tonight as they took on their biggest rivals.
Absolutely. The Tennessee River separates the communities of Muscle Shoals and Florence. And tonight, thousands showing up to Broadley Stadium for our varsity game of the night. A third member of our crew is Jonah Karp. He took the trip out west, and he joins us live from the Shoals. Jonah, what's going on tonight, man?
Yeah, guys. It's a big rivalry game here at Brawley Stadium, and the game lived up to the hype for sure. First time in 2 years, these two teams, Muscle Shoals and Florence, duking it out because COVID canceled last year's contest. Here are the highlights.
Florence hosting Muscle Shoals, a big-time rivalry game. Trojans up 6-0 in the second quarter. Knocking on the door of the goal line, William Owens with the carry, plunges through for the score. Muscle Shoals up by 2 possessions. 12-0 Trojans trying to go for 2. Luke Peoples rolls, surveys, and ends up calling his own number. Knee down short of the end zone. Falcons trying to get back in it. Short kickoff. Jahiel Hurley on the return, sprints up the sideline. He picks up a chunk to give Florence good starting field position. Falcons push it into the red zone. Caleb Mahan with a lasso down to the end zone. William Watkins reels it in, cuts the deficit in half. Defense has to keep the Trojans off the scoreboard. Waning minutes of the first half, Peoples with a short strike finds Isaac Flower for the score. Muscle Shoals back up by 2 scores at halftime. Just about 7 minutes up the road, Mars Hill was taking on East Limestone. Scoreless first quarter. Check this out. Griffin Hansen drops back to pass, and he airs it out all the way down to the end zone and in and out of the hands of Damian Thompson, ripped away by Roman Shrimsher, but the Panthers defense held strong. Score remains knotted at 0. Mars Hill back with the ball. A wobbly pass from Hansen. Sam Williams couldn't grab it. Brenton Abernathy saying, well, wait a minute, I think I picked that off. Urges the officials to discuss. They converge, and the ruling, ball back to East Limestone. But once again, the Panthers defense did their part, a 3-and-out for the Indians to force a punt. The defense just begging the offense to capitalize. But the special teams unit, they can score too. Off the booming kick, Thompson takes it all the way to the house, and that breaks the ice.
Victory. They defeat East Limestone 26-7. Meanwhile, here at Brawley Stadium, it was close all the way down to the wire. The Falcons never led, and they just came up short. They fall 36-35 to the Trojans. Guys?
Thank you, Jonah. Next week marks, thanks, Jonah, several games taking place last night, and we had a wild game across the river between Decatur Heritage hosting Colbert Heights. Both teams opened up the season with losses, so it was an outright battle for that first win. Opening drive, Decatur Heritage strike first. Quarterback Braden Kyle finds Tyler Founds on the crossing route. He'll take the horizontal run to left field before he lays his path to the end zone for Eagles 6. He'll take a lot of time in that end zone and buds up with his friends. They'll finish the drive 7-0, but get ready for a roller coaster. Wildcats with an opportunity to tie things up, but Andrew Tedford is picked off by Tyler Founds. He'd almost take the rock all the way, but gets knocked out of bounds at the Wildcats 37. Ensuing drive, this is where things get crazy. Eagles with another chance, but now Braden Kyle gets picked off. Trey Glass turns the Jets on down the sidelines and gets stopped just a tad bit short of a touchdown, but his work will not go in vain because later, running back Austin Scott will cash in on the 8-yard run to get the Wildcats on the board, and now we're tied 7 all in the first. Wildcats back on the hunt later. Andrew Tedford, low under center, breaks out the pocket and strides to left field. Takes a while for the Eagles to get within distance, but he's gone for the 62-yard touchdown. They'll run up the tab and take a 14-7 lead because the kick will be good, and they'll close out the first quarter that way. Decatur will come back with a pair of scores in the second, but here he goes again. Andrew Tedford calling his own number into the end zone to finish the first half tied up 21-0. Now let's take a look at the final score and see how they finish things off. And as we expected, Colbert Heights takes the W 29-27. Close matchup nonetheless.